But let's of course start with American politics, where the electoral race in the United States is heating up. And this of course is our story today, which is the crucial aspect of election funding. Now remember, money of course plays a very significant role in any election, no matter where it is held. The more money the candidates are able to raise, the more effective turns out their campaigning. So let's find out as to how much money have the US presidential candidates been able to raise and how does it impact their electoral performance. Now it appears that the incumbent President Joe Biden has an edge in this regard, and this is a bit of a surprise. Now Biden's election campaign has now entered this month with $56 million. Now that's an increase from $46 million that he had stockpiled last year. As of now, his campaign has got about $130 million on hand. And this cash is the most ever for a Democrat candidate at this point in the election cycle. The situation, however, is quite different for the Republican frontrunner Donald Trump. The Trump's campaign had about $30 million at the end of last month. The money, in fact, has shrunk for his campaign that had $33 million at hand at the end of 2023. Well, the reason is that Joe Biden has been able to gain this edge is because he does not have a formidable Democrat challenger. And this has allowed him to save resources for the general elections. The whole Democrat Party system appears to be, at least on the face of it, appears to be unified behind him. However, Trump is still battling the Republican rivals in the nomination process, and added to that, his legal woes are also draining a lot of his campaign funds as well. In fact, Trump's campaign is spending more money than it is raising. In the month of January alone, the committee paying for most of Trump's legal defenses reportedly spent as much as about $2.9 million. In 2023, the Political Action Committee had paid over $49.6 million of donor money towards Donald Trump's attorneys, legal consulting, and also investigation-related fee. This as he's facing multiple lawsuits, at least about 91 felony charges across 4 criminal cases. Now for the month of January, and this is where it gets interesting, even Nikki Haley appears to have outpaced Trump in terms of raising money for her election campaign. Nikki Haley has still vowed to continue with her long-shot nomination bid, even as she's lost a nominating contest in places such as Iowa and New Hampshire. Now, Nikki Haley's election campaign has raised at least about $11.5 million in the first month of this year. This is, of course, a graphic that will give you an idea of the amount of money that is being raised at this moment. And this, remember, Nikki Haley's raising money is higher than Donald Trump's $8.8 million. However, both the Republican candidates are in fact burning more than what they are raising. Nikki Haley's campaign spent over $13 million in the month of January, and this is through a campaign trail which spent over $11 million. As you can see, Biden only spent about $5.7 million of the $15 million that he'd managed to raise. So will money make the crucial difference in this electoral race? Now, to be sure, Trump has shown that he can actually win elections even when his rivals outspend him, as he defeated the Democrat Hillary Clinton back in 2016. Now, Trump and Biden are neck and neck in many national public opinion polls. A close race is expected in the month of November in their likely rematch. Trump is also ahead of the Republican rival Nikki Haley in her home state of South Carolina. And that will hold its primary election on the 24th of February. But remember, the elections are still due in the month of November, and a lot can happen from now until the month of November when the presidential elections are due. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.